Welcome to our last video on PHP and MySQL series, where we shall look at how we can delete the records. Previously, we looked at how we can do the updates, as you can see here. So this time we need to write the codes that will help us delete these particular records from the database. So let's get started. So we shall create a new file. So you go to new, then we shall save it as delete.php. So we shall call it delete.php. Then you save the changes. So just like we did previously, we shall have the PHP tag. So question tag, then PHP, then close the tag. So we shall establish the connection like we did previously. So require ones using our connect page. So we shall say connect.php. Then don't forget the semicolon right here. Then we shall say if the values are set, that is I set, we shall use the get function because we are still retrieving and looking at the ID that we are going to base on to do the deleting. So get, we are basing on the registration number, which is our primary key, to retrieve that particular value and delete it. So reg number, that is the field that we're going to use for the deleting. So you open the curly braces and you say that the variable is reg number, or what we are going to use to point at the particular record from the database and be able to delete it. So we shall say get, then use a square brackets, reg number, then semicolon right there. Then write a query that will help us in deleting the record from the database. So we shall say the string will be delete from. So the name of our table from which we are deleting is called students. So we shall copy it right here. Just make sure that you don't make any error. So that's why we are copying. Copy from students, rather delete from students, where the registration number is equals to the reg number that will be picked by, or that will be carried in this particular variable. So reg number, so we enclose this in a single quote, then we have to put the semicolon that terminate this. So this is the query that will execute the task. So but we need to establish the connection just like we're doing previously. So we shall call this delete, and we shall say MySQL query, MySQL query. So we shall connect and use this particular code to be able to delete a given record based on the ID that we have there. So our connection string is this one, the one that we have here. So this is the connection string that we are applying here. Then it will apply this query to our record. So we call it query. So this particular query is this. then you put the semicolon. Then you can echo the reg number. So say reg, then we can apply a break. So this is how you integrate HTML into PHP page. So this break aims at moving us to the next line, that is the BR element. So you put semicolon, then we shall say that if we delete successfully, so if we delete successfully, what should happen? We should relocate, or we should get back to the same page, meaning we should relocate to the report. So we shall say header, then you open bracket and put in double quotes, just like we did previously for update. The same thing that you're doing here, that after we have done the update, we shouldn't move to a different page, we should stay in this same page. That's the code that you're writing here. Okay, so we shall say location, just like we did previously, location, then you put full colon, then we say student, this very one here you're seeing here, students report. So students report dot PHP. Okay, so then we put the semicolon right there. So this means that when we click on the delete option, we shall stay within the same page called students report. Okay, so that's what it means. Then we can also echo successfully, or we can say record successfully deleted. Okay, else what should happen? We echo deletion failed. Okay, so this is the code that will help us in the deletion process, but we also need to go back to our students report page so that we are able to establish the link between this particular deletion code and our report page right here. So we shall still apply this same syntax that you're seeing here, only that this time instead of saying update, we shall be referring to the delete page. Okay, but otherwise it will still be the same. So we shall simply copy this and paste. But before we do that, we need to make sure that we make provision for the column from which we shall delete, just like the way we have update here. Okay, so let's add it right there here, so we can have the table heading and we call it delete. So this will give us that particular column heading delete. Then when we come down here, like I said, the only thing that will change the syntax is the name of the page and the label, but the rest of the arrangement will remain the same. Therefore, we shall simply copy and paste, then we rename. So let's copy right from this point, copy, then we paste it right here, Then we change this from update to our delete page that we have just created. So we say delete. Then we also change this to delete. So we save the changes. Then we can go and check on our report. So we now have the option for deleting. For example, I want to delete this particular record here. As we can see from the database, we have that record right there, but now we shall try to delete it and see. So I'm going to delete this record. So I click on delete. So we shall have this error, undefined function MySQL query. So we shall correct that shortly. So when you look at this error, it is referring to our SQLite query, and that is on line 7. So when you go to the source code, we look at line 7 here. You notice that there's a problem with this spelling of query. So we put a Y there. Then you can save the changes. Then you can go back and try to check out. So as you can see, the record has been deleted. You can delete another one, so you click on this delete and the record will go off. So thanks for watching. Make sure that you do enough practice and try to be keen. As you can see, just failing to type Y is causing an error, but you can always correct because it will refer you to the line where the error is coming from. So be blessed.